Jarrod Palmer, Servers.com, Head of Gaming. I'm joined here by Andrew Walker, Gameye. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah. I'd like to talk today just a little bit about Servers.com and Gameye's partnership. So
Sure.
Why don't we start with Gameye? What's your product?
So we are an orchestration and scaling solution company. We provide a managed hosting service on our own tech stack to allow multiplayer game developers scale up, scale down, manage their infrastructure and capacity globally. And we do that with studios of all shapes and sizes, from indies all the way through up to AAAs.
Brilliant. What's your bigger projects that you're working on?
Yeah, we've got a nice VR game coming. It's in soft launch right now. It's called Orion Drift by Another Axiom, the developers of Gorilla Tag. That's very exciting. We also have the full launch of No More Room in Hell 2 from Torn Banner.
Awesome.
And a nice pipeline coming later in the year, but we're sort of focused on the next 3 to 6 months, really.
You and I were sharing a margarita earlier.
Yeah.
You told me about the recoding of your orchestration engine, something that a project you've been working on recently. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about like the benefits of that, what that means for you and your customers.
Sure. We have built our V1 orchestrator and took a lot of learnings from that. How it also has to scale up and develop into, we take the learnings from that and build a new version, a V2 if you like, of Gameye's tech. So what that gives to us is it's got a lot of native observability of what's going on inside the fleet, because we really see like part of the future, if you like, is all about data visualization.
Yeah.
So providing data, we can export it into our dashboards, or we can export it into the customer's dashboards. We can generate new queries and really give our customers data to make decisions by, look at the performance of their containers and their workloads on the Gameye fleet, and really kind of like make sure there's some actionable data there for them to optimize for their community, so they know what's going on and where.
Yeah, I think it's really cool and very important nowadays for developers to have insights on their own data to be able to make way more informed decisions. Give us an idea of the types of data points that you're able to provide customers.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's the number of containers running where and how each are performing. So if you're looking at CPU utilization, you're looking at memory utilization, maybe bandwidth, how much bandwidth is being used. We can also do custom queries so that if they're like even tracking like player numbers in the container, we can deal with that. But also really importantly, like they can export logs into our visual interface, so that they can pick, if they found a crashed crashed game session, they can go pick that out and start debugging it, almost instantaneously.
Well, and that just allows them to avoid that sort of situation happening in future?
Well, it also, it's like observability, it's like getting that information and getting it to them so that they've got that ability for the live ops team or their development team to kind of like chew over, like, okay, why did this crash? Can we fix it? Do we have to deploy a hotfix? That sort of thing. And with our setup, if they've got to develop a new fix, they can deploy that onto the fleet without taking the service down. So that's really important for the community. We very rarely ever see any of our customers have to like stop people playing to deploy a fix. That's something that we're very proud of.
I think certainly this day and age, developers being able to on the fly patch things without downtime windows, etc., is hugely important. So what's the feedback been from customers from that?
The feedback was, this is too easy. Honestly, that was somebody that's
catch?
Quote for quote. This seems too easy. We did a little test. We scaled up to 500,000 players using this one particular customer's container, and we did it within a few minutes.
Wow.
So we were, starting new game sessions. I don't remember the exact number, somewhere between 20 and 40 sessions per second. And so we went to show them, look, if your game takes off, if it's the new hot stuff, we can cope with it. And we wanted to have that demonstration for them to reassure them, because a lot of tech relationships are about trust, and we wanted to build that trusted partnership with them. So we did the demo, showed them how it would be in a controlled environment, scaled it up to 500,000 players. We've tested internally up to 4 million players.
So you've got visibility of multiple different providers around the world. The golden question, who's your favourite?
Oh, Servers.com for sure.
I'll
you're my first call, Jarrod.
No, but seriously, the fact that you've got so many bare metal providers, like what are the kind of attractions to Servers.com versus, because you're not literally utilising every bare metal provider globally, like,
No.
so why are we one of those, more important ones to you?
I think it's the ability to problem solve with you guys is the key selling point in our eyes for you. So we can go to you and say, hey, we've got this launch coming, or we've got this need. What can we do? And then I can get transparency from you guys. You're always authentic and really honest. And I know that when you say it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And we always get a very good value for money proposition. We have a discussion, and I know I can make it happen.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we really do try and focus on communication. It's at the key of partnerships. So yeah, good to hear. So when it comes to challenges that Gameye face, what one specifically of Servers.com help you overcome?
Any big launch, I'll come to you guys, because I know I can get volume from you. I know, or in a way that makes sense. Specific configurations, or volume in your core locations. And you're always great at helping us sort of bridge the gap between what you might be able to provide us with, maybe provide it in problem solve with us about, we're going to be a little bit short in one particular area, but here's what we can do instead. So it's always a particular kind of two-way street. I mean, I think where we do really sort of look to you guys is as our kind of baseline, solid. Servers are great when they're going well. They're always they always pop up when things have failed. We've never had a problem, so we know that you guys are reliable. So it's more the absence of problems than it is like solving specific challenges.
That's cool. Yeah. So obviously technology is going to fail at certain points, and data centers and servers. But actually, it sounds like what you like is the willingness to collaborate on specific things and specific customers that could be quite tricky.
I know I can get somebody on Servers.com on the phone or on Zoom and figure it out. And it was the same. You guys did it for Chivalry 2. You guys did it for other games like No More Room in Hell and other games. Even the smaller ones where they're like, just trying to isolate them because they've got particular needs. So we've had a number of different solutions to these problems, and it's always worked out.
Outside of what Gameye's doing currently, what do you think the future looks like in terms of what new areas do you think you might move into? Is it focusing on the core orchestration side of things, or are there other things that that are going on?
I mean, the future in terms of Gameye, I mean, we have branched out into hosting some GPU-based workloads. We are dabbling in other verticals. In terms of like the gaming side, I think it's keeping on top of the ability to host on different hardware platforms. So we are looking at Ryzen-based.
So hardware refreshes, optimizing CPUs,
and being honestly the trusted advisor to our customers. So they come to us and they're like wondering about, well, what am I running on? What's the difference between bare metal and cloud? And we have to be kind of an advocate for not just for what we're doing, but what you guys are doing and how you work and why so Gameye, you selected Servers.com. Why was that? So because we're very transparent about who we use. We don't try to hide. While we do abstract, we don't try to hide anything. We are simply trying to provide a service that meets their needs, hopefully more so. But so hardware refreshes, more data visualization, integrations with specific engines maybe. But we're very specialist in what we do, and that's part of what we hope is our appeal, is like what you're getting with us are passionate, dedicated specialists in the infrastructure area, in the software area. So, you're hardware, we're software, and that's why we work well together. And so that's where we want to stay. We don't want to branch out into anything that doesn't make sense, and that includes we stay away from player data. We don't want that because it's an important thing. It's quite a bit to bite off and chew.
We'll specialise on the hardware, you specialise on the software.
That's right.
It's a match made in heaven. Thanks, mate.